Have you ever watched a movie or read a book and thought, hey, this feels familiar, like you've heard the story before, but different? Well, today we're going to dive into how storytellers take those classic tales and give them a super cool, modern makeover.
So, first up, let's take a look at just how much a story can change and still feel like the original. We're going to compare an old-school fairy tale with a version you might know a lot better.
Okay, check this out. Over on the left, you've got the classic Snow White story. You know, with the magic mirror, the poison apple, and the 7 dwarfs. But look at the right. In a modern version, that magic mirror, it becomes the paparazzi, always watching. The poison apple is now a toxic energy drink. And the 7 dwarfs, they're 7 quirky college friends. See? The main ideas are totally there, but all the details are updated for right now.
This really cool trick of updating a classic story, well, it actually has a special name. It's called a modern retelling. And it's pretty simple, really. It's just taking a story that people already know and giving it a fresh coat of paint so a whole new generation can get into it. You know, a great way to think about it is like music. An author is kind of like a DJ. They take an old classic story, that's the original track, and they remix it. They add new beats and a new sound to create a hit for today.
So, how exactly do writers pull this off? It's not just random, you know. There's actually a kind of recipe they follow to make sure the new story really works.
Here are the key ingredients. First, they pick a story everyone knows. Then they rethink the characters. Third, they totally change the setting. And finally, they add that modern feel. All right, let's put this recipe to the test with a story everybody knows. The 3 Little Pigs. Yep, the one with the houses made of straw, sticks, and bricks. Okay, first step, we change the setting. So instead of some fairy tale forest, bam, we move the whole story into a busy modern city. Just that one change makes everything feel different. And next, we reimagine the characters. So the big bad wolf isn't an actual wolf anymore. Now, he's a powerful landlord trying to kick the 3 pigs out of their apartments. The danger is still there, but it feels way more real for today, right? So you might be thinking, why do all this? Why not just write a totally new story from scratch? And that's a good question. There's a really important reason authors love doing this. It's all about finding new ways to look at classic ideas. These old stories are full of big themes, like courage and good versus evil. When you put them in a modern world, we get to see those timeless ideas in a whole new light. It helps us see how they still matter to us today. This quote here really nails it. A modern retelling creates a shift to a more up-to-date tone or sensibility. All that really means is it makes the story feel like it belongs in our world, using language we understand and dealing with problems we might actually face.
So now that you know all the secrets, you can totally start spotting these retellings everywhere. You're basically an expert now. So here's your checklist. Here's what you want to look for. A plot that feels familiar, characters who've been remade, a different setting, maybe a new point of view, and a modern tone. If you see those clues, you've probably found a modern retelling.
And seriously, modern retellings are everywhere. We're not just talking about books for school. They're in huge blockbuster movies, your favorite TV shows, and all kinds of popular books. It's a really common way to make awesome entertainment we all love.
So remember, old stories don't really disappear. They just get remixed. The next time you're watching a movie or reading a book, be a story detective. See if you can spot that classic tale hiding just under the surface. Now you know exactly what to look for.